And there we are. Where we are right now. So, right now, as we speak, the Mega Millions in the United States is a staggering 1.25 billion dollars, billion with a B. It is the fourth largest in the history of Mega Millions. But it's really, really crazy. These jackpots are growing like in insane amounts. This is, I believe, the eighth time since 2016 that there's been a jackpot between Powerball and Mega Millions worth over $1 billion. They keep growing and growing. I know a lot of people have questions about why this is happening. And I know also there are people watching this video that play lotteries all around the world. So let's not negate any of those. And we're going to get to some of those. There's some really exciting things happening with Euro jackpot and some others all over the world. But this Mega Millions, there's so much buzz about it. There's so much, like, everyone is talking about it. It's growing so quickly. It is crazy. But let me know in this live chat. This is a live impromptu Q&A, by the way, and most people know this. It's one of the things I do on this channel from time to time. A lot of times what I do on here, of course, are pre-produced videos on the lottery and other topics, but also I interview lottery winners and other people that have overcome the odds in life, and also scientists and people about how to, overcome the odds. And that's one of the things I do. And there's some metaphysical stuff too on this channel. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Timothy Schultz, and many people know that I actually am a lottery winner as well as a podcaster. Back in 1999, I did win the lottery in the USA. It's one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. And I went back to school, to college after that. I was one of the youngest winners in history. And I went back to college to study journalism and broadcast news and work on various productions. And I'm now combining my experience with those things to launch this podcast, Lottery, Dreams, and Fortune, and this YouTube channel. So, but now today in this live Q&A, we're going to be taking some of your questions live and talking about this massive record-setting jackpot. And these jackpots keep growing. It was only like a week or two ago that this $1 billion jackpot was won in Los Angeles by a Powerball ticket. And the Powerball is already up to close to 100 million, I believe. Let's take a look. So right now, the Powerball, 95 million up for grabs tonight. 95 million. That's the annuitized amount up for grabs tonight. But also, what else is happening tonight? I know there are people watching from all over the world. In Canada, I've interviewed a couple people that have won major lottery jackpots in Canada. In Canada tonight, Lotto 649, 36 million up for grabs. That is tax-free, by the way. That could change. I can think of 36 million things to do with that much money. Also, Mega Sena in Brazil, 50 million for tonight. Malate, that's the most popular lottery in Mexico, 159 million up for grabs tonight. But let's talk about this Friday, because that's what a lot of people are really talking about. There's a Euro jackpot, 113 million. Also Euro Millions, 17 million euro. That would be amazing. But the Mega Millions, as we speak, is 1.25 billion. The annuitized amount. If you took the annuity, that would be 30 payments split up. And then, of course, you're taxed. So you don't actually get the full 1.25 billion, but that's 30 payments. And so there are pros and cons to the annuity versus the cash option in the United States. So if you win in the USA, the Mega Millions or the Powerball, one of these major prizes, you have the annuity option. Of course, many people know this over a period of 29 or 30 years, or 29 or 30 payments, and then the cash option, half of it right away, and then you're taxed. And that's the more popular option. Many lottery winners opt for that option because many financial advisors will say, hey, you can make way more money doing that way. But let's talk about this 1.25 billion, because that is so much money that if you split it up with 30 annual payments or 30 payments, I mean, it's still going to be a lot of money. What would that be? We have it here. That would be, and so a lot of people, one of the reasons people don't choose the annuity a lot of times is because it's typically in these government, bonds, these very conservative, very low interest rates. But when you're talking about, first of all, interest rates are up right now. Second of all, when you're talking about that much money, that would still be an insane amount to receive guaranteed for that many payments. So I would like to speak with a financial advisor about this and this scenario. If you were to win this jackpot this Friday, because it could happen, it's going to happen, whether it's this Friday or a few drawings from now, someone's going to win this massive prize. And if this happens, are you going to choose the cash option? And this could be you if you're watching this video and you're playing the lottery in the United States. Are you going to choose the cash option half right away? Give me the lump sum and invest it with higher interest rates and make more money that way. Or are you going to choose the more conservative option and have a guaranteed payment for a number of years? I have an interview coming out soon on this channel with someone that won 45 million from the lotto in New York in 1999. 45 million. And he took the annuity. Which he's the first person that I have interviewed that took the annuities. It's very interesting, but he swears by it. He thinks that's one of the best things he did. And I have complete respect for that. I think, but what would you do? Let me know in the comments, or if this is no longer live and you're watching this video, put it in the comments below this video. And I'm going to be getting to some of your questions here live, but let's see here. So first of all, why are these jackpots getting so unbelievably high? Why are they getting so high? There's a few reasons. One is that the interest rates right now are super high, but also a few years ago, the Powerball, the Mega Millions changed the game. So there's more numbers and, it's designed to go higher. So that's another reason they also increased the price by 50% from $1 to $2. So let me know. What do you guys think about that? I think it's exciting to see these jackpots really growing and getting all the buzz about it, because it is exciting. And by purchasing a ticket, whether you play the lottery in the USA or whether you're playing the Euro Millions, whether you're playing Malati in Mexico, whether you're playing something around the world, there are lotteries all over the world, China, Asia, Middle East. Like, if you are playing the lottery, by purchasing a ticket, you are purchasing the right to dream about what if I win, and to talk about it and to speak about it, because you legitimately have that chance, no matter what the odds are. And if anybody ever tells you you can't win the lottery, don't listen. Don't listen to them. I hate to be that guy, but it's true. I had people tell me that, and of course, people still say that. There's people, but and people after I won way back in the day, there were a few people that stuck out to me. I told them what happened, that I'd won, and they didn't believe me, because for some people it's that out there. It's that much of a pipe dream that it can't happen, but it can happen. It is possible, and somebody is going to win. But play responsibly. Never spend more than you can afford. Have fun with it. That's my advice. Play responsibly, but it is possible. Leecon the Great with a $2 super. Leecon the Great, thank you so much. That is so generous of you to support this channel. Your support really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Leecon the Great says, someone here will win. Let's believe it. Leecon the Great, I love your energy. I love that. And if you do win, whether it's you, Leecon the Great, or anybody else watching this, if this is you, contact my team. Email my team. The email address is in the description of this YouTube channel. Email my team. And even if you have won something else in life, or something has happened to you and you've overcome the odds in life, we want to hear from you. And if you want to remain anonymous, if you want anonymity, if you want to do an interview privately, we can do that too. We can blur faces, we can disguise voices, but we want to hear from you. I have so many interviews coming up with lottery winners that, of course, I've already done quite a few on this channel, but I have so many that are already recorded that are coming out soon. I'm so excited about it. I mentioned the 45 million New York winner earlier in this live, but I also have, let's see here. I mean, there's tons of them. Here's one that I'm super interested in. Neil Trotter, who won Euro Millions, and from the UK, 108 million euros. But it's not necessarily the amount that makes his story so intriguing. Of course, that's intriguing. That's amazing. But his story is really fantastic. It is so unbelievable, but it happened and it's really fantastic. And I'm so excited to share it with you. There's also someone that her family won 165 million from Mega Millions, and someone who won, it was 65,000, but her story is very intriguing with how it drastically changed her life. And she actually made a TikTok video about it that got millions and millions of views because her story and it got written up. She had an op-ed in the New York Times, and it's just a really fantastic story. So yeah, but someone is going to win it, and people continue to win the lottery. It is happening, and it does happen to people. So if anybody tells you you can't win, don't believe them. You do have a chance if you play. Just play responsibly. So I'm going to be getting to some of your questions here. But what do you guys think about this jackpot? 1.25 billion jackpot. What could you do with that? What can you do with that kind of money? That is a lot of money. I mean, it's one of the largest in the world, one of the largest that planet Earth has ever seen. The largest, of course, was 2.04 billion Powerball ticket last November, I believe. Edwin Castro in California won that one. There's been quite a few media stories on his story, but that's amazing. It's amazing. These jackpots. What could you do with that? Penelope's inspiration with the 199 super. Penelope, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Penelope says, is the annuity option 30 equal payments? So Penelope, that is an excellent question. So the annuity, basically, I mean, you'll have annual payments. I don't believe that they are equal. I believe that they increase by a percentage each year, but I would definitely, speak with a financial advisor if you win to understand what's in your best interest, because and all the details like that. I'm trying to pull up. There's something I have here that had the exact what you would be taxed. And of course it varies. Every state in the United States is different. They have different tax rates, but the federal tax, what would you be taxed? Because that's really interesting, because you're still taxed. And the income that you are making before you win the lottery, if you win this major jackpot, that's going to factor too. And a lot of people don't think about that, but I would help others and serve others after investing. Greta Cobb. I love that, Greta. Federal is 37%, says Mike Levine. Georgia. Penelope's inspiration is in Georgia. Thank you so much. And do let me know in the chat, where are you watching from? Or in the comments, if this is no longer live, where are you watching from in the world? Because there are people from all over the world playing lotteries from all over the world. But what would you do? What will you do if and when you win? Because it is possible, of course, if you play. If you Google Mega Millions jackpot analysis, you get an estimate of how much you would get based on your state, says Claire in Nanami. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Alberta, Canada here. France, Buffalo, New York, Dallas, Texas. I pray for you forever, Tim. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And here's a $20 super from Sherry. Sherry Friends. Thank you so much, Sherry. That is so kind of you. Thank you very much. Sherry is one of the biggest supporters of this channel, and I am so unbelievably grateful. Thank you very much. And she says, hi chat, what are you all going to do with your lottery winnings? With the sign? Yes, Sherry Friends, thank you very much. And what are you guys going to do with your lottery winnings? Put it in the chat below, because that's one thing about buying a lottery ticket. You do get to dream about it and speak about it, and in this case, chat about it. What would you do? What will you do if you win? It can happen. It is possible. Just play responsibly. And if anyone tells you you're crazy for doing that, then just ignore them. That's my advice. Okay. And here was another, I'm trying to get to it here. Another super from Tom Smith. Where did it go? Well, I did see it. So I just want to thank you, Tom. Thank you very much for your generous super. I did see that. Thank you very much. That means the world. I really appreciate your support. And I remember that I think you're in Florida right now. So hello in Florida, if that's the case. Okay. So I wouldn't go. Stuart is saying in the chat that he would not go public if he won. Be quiet and for a few weeks while sorting out his options. Stuart, thank you for your comment, Stuart. And so I know people, there are many places people watch this from all over the world. And if you're in France and many countries in Europe and many states in the United States too, not all of them, but quite a few of them, you can claim prizes anonymously. So would you, if you have the option, claim a lottery prize anonymously or publicly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments or in this live chat. In this case, I would go live in Beverly Hills, says Charlie Baker. You have to love Beverly Hills. You have to love Beverly Hills. Charlie Baker. I love Beverly Hills. And I will 100% remain anonymous, says Mario. Well, yeah, I respect that, Mario, but I still hope you come onto this podcast. We want to hear from you. Absolutely. But I respect if you have the option and you choose anonymous, and even if you don't, if you have to claim a lottery prize publicly, if that's what you have to do, there are ways to go under the radar after the win. You don't have to be in the public spotlight. But as I mentioned, and as I do mention, you can still come onto this podcast and talk to me. We want to hear from you. We can keep you anonymous. We don't have to say anything really that you don't wish to be put out there in the public sphere, for sure. Everywhere in Europe is anonymous, says Michael Matisse. Michael, thank you for your comment. Can you wear a mask and a wig, fake mustache when you win? KDubs. I love that. Did you know, some people watching this know this? I didn't know this until recently. In China, for example, I believe it's China, that when you claim a lottery prize, you can claim it anonymously, but you have to do a public photo shoot. So many people claim it in costume, and they wear, like, whether it's an emoji costume or a cartoon costume. And there's someone that comes to mind. It wasn't too long ago, a year or two ago, that I believe that claimed a lottery prize wearing a Scream mask in Jamaica. I mean, that is awesome. I think that's in every state. If you're talking about the United States, I don't know. I haven't seen that happen in the USA. I've seen a lot of COVID masks, but I haven't seen any costumes per se. But here, and I would check with the rules, because every state has different rules with that type of thing, I assume. Remaining anonymous is wise most of the time, says Renee. Tim, please have an episode on playing Powerball Mega Millions from overseas. We want to buy into the U.S. fortune from Hungary. Franco 684. Franco, thank you very much for your suggestion. And I am definitely looking into producing a video on that topic. I do know if you're from a foreign country and you are in the USA, you can purchase a ticket. But if you are in a foreign country doing that online, I'm not so sure if that is something that's something I'm looking into, of whether that can even be done legally. But beyond that, let's assume that you do have a ticket and you do win. Are you actually going to get paid? Look into that. There are very credible apps. There are very credible apps probably around the world, but in the USA, that are, where you can play the lottery in the USA. But outside of the country, we need to get an expert who can give us some answers on that. KDubs with the 199 super. KDubs, thank you so much. That is so kind of you, so generous. Thank you very much, KDubs. I really, really appreciate it. Guys, I really appreciate all of your support, helping support this channel. It's a labor of love. I put all of my energy into this. I have a team of people helping me behind the scenes, So, and there's, there are costs involved with that and licensing and so forth, but it's really a labor of love is what it comes down to. So showing me that you appreciate what I'm doing really just means the world to me. And I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Greetings from Green Bay. I love your videos, Timothy. Keep up the great work. Robert Ramlet. Robert, thank you very much. I love you, Robert. Thank you. I love you. I really appreciate it. Shout out Kobe Joe from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. I win the Lotto 649 subscription. Wow. Awesome. I would, I want to interview you and anyone who has won a lottery jackpot who wishes to be interviewed. And I have interviewed, I believe, three or four different people that have won different lotteries in Canada. I love Canada. And I mean, on a personal note, I love Canada anyway, but the lotteries are really incredible and they're tax free, which is awesome. Tom Smith, 199 super. Tom Smith, thank you very much, Tom. I really appreciate that. That is so nice of you. Need a lucky feather stuck in your lucky hat. Tom, yes, I do. I should do that. The lucky feather, it would go with the look. Thank you very much, Tom. Tom is a really big supporter of this channel. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you. You have to be within state lines to buy the state's online lotto tickets, says Yuen. Yes, I believe that is true. But I do want to get an expert on here to discuss that. I'll let you interview me once I win. Okay. Awesome. I look forward to that. And he sent me, okay, how does being a lottery winner feel? How does being a lottery winner feel like? Asks Rosie. Well, everybody's different. For myself and for a lot of the people that I've met and interviewed on this channel, not everyone, but for a lot of them, it feels like a level of adrenaline is through the roof. It's one of the most euphoric things. And this depends upon who you are, where you win, how much you win is a big factor, and how it changes your life is an even bigger factor, I would argue. But the level of euphoria and just how surreal it is, it feels like it's just out of this world. It can be, at least. Everybody though, but it's really crazy. It's almost like a dream or a movie. Awesome stuff. See you soon. Marlon Gordon with the 199 super. I love it. Marlon Gordon, thank you very much. And I love that. The balloon, the house, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. And this is a celebration. Today is a celebration because it's 1.25 billion lottery up for grabs that we're talking about, one of the largest in the world. But even if you're not playing this lottery or you're playing a different lottery in another part of the world, that's still awesome. It's incredible. It's a reason to celebrate on this Wild Wednesday. This is Wild Wednesday. Wild Wednesday, August 2nd, depending on where you are watching around the world. Are you playing, Tim? Am I playing the Mega Millions? I have not purchased a ticket. I have not played this, but if something inspires me to play, maybe I will buy. Maybe I will. It's always possible I might, but I have not. Tim, like Shane Misler, I'm excited to win the lottery. Star Wish. Thank you for your comment. Yes, and it is possible. And Shane Misler, yeah, he won a massive prize in Florida a few years ago. I would love to. I have not interviewed him yet, but his story is fantastic. When is the Mega Millions? Tonight or Friday, says Tron1. The Mega Millions, the next drawing for the Mega Millions is this coming Friday. All you wonderful people. Okay, be inspired, Tim. Just get one ticket, Tony. So Tony thinks I should play. Maybe I should. I've said this before, but if I play and if I win, that's the wrong way to say it too. When I play and when I win, I'm going to interview myself on this podcast. So I'll put like double. There'll be two of me interviewing myself. Watch for that interview coming soon. How long was it between your dream and winning when you won? It was a few months, 3 to 4 months. Thank you for your question. So I do. You should play. A ticket is just $2. Claire and Nanomi. That's true. Oh, Jive Cat the Magnificent. And that is an awesome name. Jive Cat the Magnificent. Jive Cat the Magnificent. How could you not win the lottery with a name like that? Jive Cat the Magnificent with the very generous 2 pound super says, "Hey, bro, Mitch Horowitz interview with a question mark. Much love." Thank you. Jive Cat the Magnificent has been trying, I believe, to get Mitch Horowitz on this podcast. I really do want to interview Mitch Horowitz. It has not, I have not interviewed Mitch Horowitz yet, but it is something that I think is completely possible. And hopefully that does happen. So thank you very much for the suggestion. I will definitely look into that. Jive Cat the Magnificent. Thank you very much. And for your generous 2 pound super. It means a lot. And I really appreciate your support. Thank you. All is possible. Where did this comment go? All is possible. Well, I think I lost this comment, but I do want to say that I completely agree with your sentiment. Anything and everything is possible. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm so passionate about that. Way before I won the lottery, like I believe that. I know that. Like anything, and a lot of you watching this know that too. Like anything is possible. Your life can like be turned on its head in an instant. And that includes the lottery. Like if you have a ticket, it takes one ticket for a chance to win. That's all it takes. Tim, how did you know your numbers were the winning line? How did they look? Can you remember them? Zab Ahmed. Zab, I just felt it. I just felt like, the inner voice, like your intuition, your gut, that sort of thing. Some people like myself are really into that, and I felt like it was the winner when I saw the numbers. So that's just the way it felt to me on the inside. And then it was. And a lot of people watching this are really into that. Some people think that's a coincidence. I personally am very interested in that. I listen to my gut. I listen to my intuition. If I am thinking about something, I mean, this is a common thing that happens to a lot of people. You're thinking about somebody, all of a sudden you get a text from them, you get an email, you get a phone call, or something happens, and that sort of thing. But it happens in all sorts of ways besides that. I listen to that sort of thing. Okay, why Nevada and other states don't have the lottery? Diana Guerrero. Diana, thank you for your question. I certainly can't speak for the states that do not have the lottery. That is a good question, why they do not. I can't speak for them, but it would be worth finding out and doing some research and interviewing some people and making a video about that. So thank you for this suggestion. Heard about the states regarding quick picks versus self pick. What are your thoughts on self picks versus quick picks? Taylor Lado. Taylor, my thoughts on, so I won on a computer generated quick pick. My thoughts are, do what feels best to you. People win both ways. Do what feels best to you. And if you're to have a dream, many people know that I'm the type of person that I listen to dreams. And, if I were to have a dream about specific numbers, I would probably, I can't say probably, I would play those numbers for sure. And it's crazy when people win that way. And it does make worldwide news whenever that type of thing happens. There was actually somebody in Australia not too long ago. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Somebody that won, I think it was 2.6 million, but right around there. It wasn't too long ago, just a couple weeks ago or something. Someone in Australia, I believe, won on a lottery ticket, but he believes strongly that he manifested this win. He believes that he was putting his energy into this, telling himself, telling other people, speaking it into existence, and then he won. And he strongly believes that. And it happens to people all the time. I've interviewed other people who believe that they manifested their wins. What do you guys think about that? Is anybody manifesting this this $1.25 billion Mega Millions jackpot? because that's somebody that I need to interview on this podcast. And even if you don't believe that you manifested it, I want to interview you. And it can happen if you play. Oh my gosh, the supers are blowing up. This is crazy. $4.99 super from Douglas Paiva. I might be mispronouncing your name. If so, I apologize. Douglas, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Douglas says, hi, Timothy. I'm from Massachusetts. Your videos are great. God bless you. Douglas, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And God bless you as well. That really, I mean, it means a lot to me that your kind words and that you are feel strongly enough that you would donate the super to help support this channel. Thank you very much. Thank you, Douglas. I really appreciate that. And there's a $5 super from Jin W. Bold, and I might be mispronouncing that. If so, I apologize. Who, first of all, thank you so much for the $5 super. And your question is, what do you think about buying tickets online versus physical paper tickets? Less worry of them being stolen or lost? That's a smart question. That's, if you, because nowadays there's a lot of places where you can buy tickets digitally. So one benefit, of course, if it's a credible app, if it's a credible place where you're purchasing the ticket, one benefit is that you're, not going to lose the ticket. So that's for sure a benefit. And I assume it would notify you if you win too. I'm just assuming. I have not purchased a ticket that way, but I need to because so that I can, speak with experience from having done it, because a lot of people are doing it. And that's the way technology is going these days. And there are some very credible places that are selling tickets that way. But your question is, what do you think about buying tickets online versus physical paper tickets? Less worry of them being stolen. So I think you have a chance. I mean, however it feels to you is what is best. If it feels better to you to have a physical piece of paper, it feels pretty good to me to hold a physical piece of paper, because then you're reminded of it. It's sitting right there. I mean, to me, that feels better. But people win both ways. Let's just be honest. So I think it's what feels best to you. That's important. That's what's most important, because you're the one playing the lottery. And make sure it's a credible place. If you are purchasing the tickets online, make sure it's credible. That's one of my biggest pieces of advice, because how awful would it be to purchase a ticket that way and then not have it be paid because this place where you're purchasing it from is not credible? I mean, you don't want to get scammed. Okay, but there are credible places. Oh my gosh, there's $100 super from Sherry Frentz. Wow. Thank you. That is, oh my gosh. Sherry Frentz, she says, woo, let's blow up the supers. LOL, chat is so scary. He's missing a bunch. We love you, Tim. Sherry Frentz, thank you so much. Thank you very much. That is so unbelievably kind of you. And these supers are blowing up. They really are. $100 super from Sherry Frentz. I cannot express enough gratitude. Like, I can't do it justice, but I just am incredibly grateful. Thank you very much. That is so kind of you. Thanks for your support, Sherry. She's like a huge supporter of this channel. Thank you. Okay, let's get to some of these. She said that I'm missing a lot of these questions in the live chat, so I do want to get to some of these. And I believe that I am missing them because the chat is blowing up like crazy, and I'm answering a question and all these other questions, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. But if I missed your question and you're in this live chat and I missed it, then I apologize that I didn't see it, but I'm trying to get to all of them I can. So is it today, Malansi? Well, I mean, there's a lot of lotteries today. So it depends what you mean by it. There's a lot of lotteries all over the world today, but the Mega Millions that we've been talking about mostly today, 1.25 billion, is this coming Friday. The group as a whole needs to choose. Okay, I wish I can donate more. Oh, Jay with the 199 super. Jay, thank you so much. Jay, thank you very much. That is very generous of you. Please send me some winning energy. Jay, here is wishing Jay all the luck in the world. Here is wishing Jay winning energy. Here is wishing Jay a lottery jackpot. And on top of that, here's wishing Jay comes onto this podcast after he or she, Jay, after Jay wins. After you win, here's wishing you come onto this podcast. So thank you for your generous super. Thank you for coming on to this podcast when you win. Thank you very much. Wow, I love the energy. Tron, buy a house for me and my parents, pay all debts, help needy people, get a better life. Purnima Verma has all that person has the plan. That person has the plan. What will you do when you win the lottery jackpot? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below this video, or right now this live chat is live. So write in this live. It's awesome. And it is possible, but play responsibly. If I win, I would give 100% to come on to the podcast after the dust settles. Fish 5141. Wow. I love what you're swimming in, Fish. I love that. Thank you for considering this podcast. Thank you for coming to speak with me. Help the earth, says CB. You got to love that. That's one thing we all share. We are all on this planet right now. And so, yeah, helping the earth, I think, it's a fantastic thing. Is it a face covering allowed for the press conference? That depends upon where you win. I would check the rules. The rules really vary around the world. So check the rules where you play. Watching from Karachi, Pakistan. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching from Pakistan. Thank you so much. So we are running kind of get to a few more questions here. Hey, Tim, have you ever been to Vegas? If yes, how enjoyable was it to be there as a multimillionaire? Kirjan, have you ever been to Vegas? So I have been to Vegas many times. I think Vegas is a lot of fun, can be a lot of fun. And I'm not super, I mean, obviously I have played the lottery. I gamble if I go to Las Vegas, but if I'm not in Las Vegas, I don't typically like gamble tons. If you do, then that's awesome. And I know some people are really into that. I've interviewed people that have won major prizes. I interviewed someone that was on the World Series of Poker. I have interviewed people that have won millions from slot machines. I have interviewed people that have won big with games in Las Vegas. So I have respect for it, but I personally, when I gamble in Las Vegas, I do it for fun. And I've been to quite a few UFC fights out there for people that are into that. I'm like super into the MMA. And that's been amazing. But you don't need to win the lottery to attend a UFC fight. So let me just put that out there. Nor do you need to win the lottery to go to Las Vegas. But it can be awesome. Okay, let's get to a couple more questions here. From New Jersey, I'll help lots of people in the Dominican Republic. You got to love that. You got to love that, crazy one. Usually the house wins, Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan. Yeah, I mean, it's designed to make money, the games in Las Vegas. They're designed, of course, they are not in the business of losing money, that's for sure. But you do have a chance, you know. Say my name, Zakias Ali. Okay. Hey, Tim, and I might be mispronouncing that. If so, I apologize. Have you ever, all right, honestly, I just need to fix my car with a lottery win would be a nice boost. Max Wealth Report Corgi. Well, I wish you luck. I wish you so much luck. It is possible. How many bank accounts did you delegate your money into? How many bank accounts? CB, I don't remember the number of accounts. I do know that it wasn't like just placed in a regular savings checking account, because for a few reasons, but one was that it just wasn't insured for that much. What car? Okay. Well, all right. We're all going to win the lottery jackpot. Well, it is possible. How would you invest with $1 billion? Johnny Bender. Johnny Bender. That's a good question, and that's relevant to today's live. How would you invest $1 billion? So let's say that you win this lottery jackpot, which is coming up this Friday, or it continues to grow, or a year or two, 6 months from now, you win another, whatever the case, you come across $1 billion tomorrow. How would you invest that? How would you invest that? That is so much money. That's crazy. There's a lot. I mean, there are people that are doing that. Obviously, it does happen to people. But how would I invest it personally? First of all, I would speak to a financial advisor. I would hear someone that's experienced, that has been dealing with that much wealth successfully for years and years. That's who I would go with. And then I would listen to what they have what they have to say, and I would get multiple opinions too. But without knowing that, just knowing by what I know before I did that, my impression is that I would do it very, very, that's right, the thrifty petite, that it would be very, very conservative, because if you have that much money, your goal is not to put it into anything risky whatsoever. So you don't want something that is, you want something that's very, very conservative. That would be my thought. Hey, Tim, have you ever been to Vegas? Okay, I did answer that question a little bit ago. Hopefully you heard that. When was the last time you bought any ticket? Chris Bryant, the last time. I'm not exactly sure, Chris, but maybe it'll be for this Friday. Maybe it will be for this Friday. If it is, no, I'm just going to say this. If I buy a ticket for this Friday, then let's watch for the interview, because I'm going to interview myself on this channel, and that's going to be awesome. Okay. I won 500. Oh, you won 500. Felipe Ayala. Congratulations to you, Felipe. Timothy, some people tell me, why waste your money and play? This chat is going crazy today. I'm trying to keep up with this comment. Why waste your money and play it? I said to them, I don't play, I don't win, right? Yeah, Joseph. I mean, as cliche and cheesy as it sounds, you have to be in it to win it. You don't have a chance to play. You don't have a chance to win if you don't play. And if you believe that you're not going to win, that you're just throwing your money away, then don't play the lottery. And that also brings me to the point that there are billions, like with a B, billions of dollars in lottery prizes that go unclaimed, because for one reason, people just don't check their tickets. Or they lose it. They don't think that they have a chance. So, but you do. And it's fun. If you play, I think it's fun. It can be. And if it's not fun, don't play. Seriously. If it's not fun, then I would not play the lottery. But if it's fun and enjoyable, I'm all for that. If you can afford it and play responsibly, if you can afford to lose $2 or however much it costs to play, if you can afford to lose that for a chance to win, then there's nothing wrong with that. You have a chance to win. It's crazy. There was someone that was homeless that won the lottery not too long ago, that was previously homeless and went on to get married and pursue their college education and everything. Like, talk about rags to riches or a roller coaster ride. I mean, it happens to people. Don't spend more than you can afford to lose. Tom Smith. That's wise advice, Tom. Hi, Timothy. So glad I caught the live chat before it ended. Always loved the hat. Wild Wednesday. Natalie, 2222. Natalie, thank you so much. Yes, this is Wild Wednesday today. This live chat. Tim, don't know about... Okay. All right. Like Mr. Rush having a stack of lottery tickets in the bottom ticket was the winning one. That's right, Captain Morgan. So you must have seen, I recently interviewed 50 million lottery winner Randy Rush, who won Lotto Max in Canada. And when he was checking his stacks of tickets, it was the bottom one on the pile, as he was describing it in the interview. And if you haven't seen that interview, I highly recommend it. You can scroll through my videos and find that. It's with 50 million winner Randy Rush. But I have so many interviews coming up with lottery winners also that I'm excited to share with you. Checking in, Timothy Schultz. Okay. How much? All right. La Real Savage. So I'm a real savage. I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain. Let's just say that. Ch- and I'm grateful. I also want to say that I'm extremely grateful for the lottery win. I think if you win the lottery, there are pros, can be, it depends on the person and the situation. There can be pros and cons to it. For me, it was, sort of in the gray area. It's not a black or white situation, but it was mostly positive. I mean, I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful for what it allowed, and for also for, in some relationships, most of them it was positive. Some of them were affected, negative with family, and some that was not so positive, but I chalk that up to life experience. And in my head, it's still positive, because you learn, you grow, and I'm grateful for all the experiences that I've had in life, for sure. And that includes lottery experiences. Sunshine RV Travelers, $5 super with the celebratory, two of them, two celebratory characters here blowing a horn. Like, this is Wild Wednesday. This is Wild Wednesday. Thank you so much for your very generous super Sunshine RV Travelers. That just is so kind of you and really means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love that. Okay. Have you ever paid to interview someone? I do got to get going here. I have a couple more minutes left. Have I ever paid to interview somebody? No, I have not paid to interview anybody. I think that, I mean, that sort of crosses the lines of, well, it depends on the show. There's different shows where that might be more acceptable, but when it comes to what I'm doing, at least, I feel that I mean, I'm not paying to interview people. I'm interviewing people because they want to speak to me, because they have a compelling story, and because they're interesting and oftentimes very inspirational. And that's what I'm doing. Thank you. Oh, Sherry Frantz with another super, a $10 super. Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. She is just, the supers are so generous, so kind. She says, I think I will email you this month. Have you ever had the experience of real life algorithms where you think things and they pop up all over the place? Sherry, thank you so much. I look forward to that email, and thank you for your generous supers, plural, because I know you have given like a few supers, very generous ones, including the $100 one in this live chat. Is so generous of you. Thank you so much. And to answer your question, have you ever had an experience with real life algorithms where you think where you think things and then they pop up in real life? And that's a really good question. There's a lot of people that speak about how. Have you ever seen the movie The Matrix? Because a lot of people have, of course. And there are people, including some quantum physicists and scientists, who will tell you that there are similarities. In fact, I watched an interview not too long ago with someone that's really into this stuff, who's very educated. I believe he has a PhD and multiple degrees and so forth, if you chalk that up to anything. But anyway, he's very credible and he studies that type of thing. And his belief was that he referred to The Matrix as being more of a documentary than a movie, which I thought, rather than a fictitious movie, which I found really, really interesting. And there are people that think that we are living in a simulation. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments or this live chat. But to be honest, I find it really, really fascinating how things do happen oftentimes that you're thinking about, at least for me and for a lot of people I've met. You're thinking about it and then all of a sudden it does happen that way. Or you prayed about, for people that are spiritual, you prayed about something and then it does happen that way. Or you had a dream about something, which has happened to me several times, and then it does happen that way. Or you're thinking about somebody and then that happen, they pop up in your life. Or I just had, the other day, I had these really crazy things. I had several people from my childhood that I haven't talked to in years, and it was like they're all unconnected, but for some reason they all contacted me within the same week. Like, I don't know, something like that. What's going on there? It's really interesting. Power of positivity. I think positivity is really, really powerful and very important for sure, as is imagination. Do you have information about playing online? My city does not allow lotteries. Can I? Okay. Yeah. So check the rules where you. I'm not sure where you are. The rules really vary depending upon where you win. So I do have about one more minute, and that's an excellent question as well. But it does really depend on the location. So sorry to be so general, but that's the truth. Hey Timothy, I had a dream of you interviewing me and your face was melting. It was oddly satisfying, but I will take that as a good omen. See you soon. Neon the Phoenix, were you on a hallucinogen or something? I don't think you were, though. I'm just making a bad joke. But I've never heard of my face melting. But I think that is, I mean, how did that feel to you? If that felt, I'm just going to say that probably felt positive to you, and it can happen. It can happen. Neon the Phoenix, thank you so much for your comment. That sounds like an amazing dream. Sounds like an amazing dream. And it is possible. It is possible if you play. And remember that if you are playing for this $1.25 billion jackpot or any other jackpot around the world, it is possible. I do have to get going. But I really, really appreciate all of the kind and generous supers, all of your comments from all over the world. Sherry friends, thank you so much for your generous supers. It really, your support just means the world to me. There's so many new interviews coming soon on this channel that I'm just super, super excited to share with you guys. If you are playing the lottery jackpot, whether it's this Mega Millions jackpot, the fourth largest in its history, one of the largest in the world, or another jackpot, there are billions up for grabs globally, so much money, then I wish you so much luck. And I also, on top of that, hope to and look forward to interviewing you on this podcast. We can keep you private if you wish. I do have to get going. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you soon. Take care.